Hey y'all, welcome to my channel or welcome back. It's been a long time. I don't think I've posted on here for like 2 months. I was barely posting short form, but I have definitely not posted a full on YouTube video. And I was talking to Ange about it, and I was like, I'm so proud of you for being consistent, and I need to do the same. And so she gave me the idea for this video. So thank you, Ange. And I feel like every day I've had off, I've been sick, and I'm not really going to get into that because y'all are not here for that. Yeah, welcome to my summerween TBR. So I'm going to go over the books that I want to read for summerween. Y'all know I read thrillers all year round. I read horrors sprinkled in there. It's not my preferred genre only because I feel like I expect more spook, more gore. I expect more. So a lot of these will be thrillers rather than horrors, but nevertheless, I'm here to give you my list of books that I plan on reading. Let's get into it. So the first book is going to be Long Time Gone by Charlie Donnelly. I have read, I think, two other books by him, Donnelly. Yes, two other books by him, and I really enjoyed them, rated them both above a 4. And so I want to read this one. This one is about a student who is studying to be a pathologist, and they are experimenting with DNA. And so she puts her information into the system, but she's skeptical because she's adopted and she does not know what's going to come out of that. But once the test results came back, it confirms that she is in connection to a girl who went missing years ago. She starts trying to figure it out. So the girl, along with her parents, I believe, all went missing. And so she's trying to uncover that. So it leads her back to a town. She meets up with a detective. Is she the girl who went missing? Is she not? We don't know. But what should have been just a simple DNA search leads her down a rabbit hole of other things. If this is anything like Charlie Donnelly's other books, I know it's going to have a plot twist that's going to shock me. That's one thing I do like about his books, is that I've never been able to guess the plot twist. I mean, I'm not usually the one who guesses a lot of plot twists to begin with, but I feel like I more so do now than I used to before, just when you start reading a lot more. But I have not been able to guess any of his plot twists. This looks like it reads very easily. I think I've heard this one is the favorite of a lot of people, so that's very exciting. I think I'm actually going to read this next up after I read the current book I'm reading. I'm currently reading Perfect Peace by Daniel Black. That is not a thriller, so I won't really talk about it, but after I finish that, I will go ahead and jump into this one. So we'll see. And Ange actually likes Charlie Donnelly as well. She's read a couple of his books, I believe, and she's like, whoa. So I am going to read Her Too by Bonnie Kistler. I think I've talked about this in a short. I recently got it, actually. It hasn't been on my TBR that long. But this is about a defense attorney who typically defend men who commit sexual assault or other sexual acts. And women don't like her. The women don't like her because how could you defend these men? And so she ended up finding herself one of their victims, and it goes from there. I feel like I definitely have talked about this one. I'm really excited to see what the author does with it. It also looks like it reads fairly easy as well, just a little over 300 something pages, so it'll be quick to read. It'll be somewhere in the stack of these books. I'm not sure, but if you've read this one, let me know about it. I have not seen anyone talk about this book, not on YouTube, not on Book Talk, not on Bookstagram. Nowhere have I seen it. So if you've read it, let me know. It says up here, it could happen to anyone, and absolutely true. So this next one, I'm going to read it skeptically. I Am the Dark That Answers When You Call by Jameson Shea. I read the first book, which was I Am the Beast and the Beast is Me, and I did not really enjoy it, but I'm hoping this one is a little bit better. Why am I reading it? Because I bought them simultaneously, and so I'm going to give it a shot. If I like this one, I'll keep the series. If not, I will give them both away. I know from the last book there was body horror, so I'm not sure where this book takes off. But in the last book, it is about a ballerina who is trying to come up in the world of other ballerinas. She's black, and she feels like she has to work harder than the other white ballerinas. And she essentially sells herself to some demon or whatever. And it just gets really weird, but it was really slow and kind of boring for a lot of the way. That seems to be the theme. I think the ratings were very good, but I'll read this one and see if it was better. I just don't know where it takes place. I don't know. So we'll see. Again, if I don't like it, they both will be given away. I actually have the first one in hardcover. Not sure why I did that. I got them from Book Outlet's 5.99 sale last year, and so I accidentally got them differently. But I'm gonna give it a chance because this is a horror. Now, some of them that's a little bit, I think, a little bit more extreme horror. I think I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. That's what I think. They're really short reads, but it's going to be Feral by Gemma Amore. So this one is about a girl who seemingly has a perfect life, but she is scrutinizing her body. She hates the way she looks, and she's very hard on herself. So it's about body dysmorphia, but it seems like body dysmorphia turns into like an actual creature, maybe, because it says she just wakes up one night and she starts to feel distinctively different, her body, her behavior, and her mindset. And it said dysmorphia takes on new meaning. So I'm assuming she's going to be some type of like feral creature. But it is a very insanely short read, 68 pages. So we'll knock this out very quickly. I believe there may be body horror. May not be. I don't know. I could be wrong. Haven't read it, but I think this was one somebody recommended to me. Was this one recommended as female rage or extreme horror? I could be mixing them up. Either way, I think it could be a combination of both. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. And so I'm excited to read this one. I've also never read anything by that author, so we will see. And this next one is Fruit of Her Loins from the Dark Mind of C. Kalmeister. This one is extreme horror. It says it right here on the front. So this one is actually, I feel like if there isn't a little bit of comedy, I'm gonna be disappointed because the description is very comical. So it is about a woman who is selling fruit online who has literally been inserted into her vagina for a day. So it has sat in her vagina for a day and then she sells it to customers online. So this woman discovers that her husband has been purchasing said fruits. And so she gathers women and they're going to go after the women who have been selling her fruit vagina online, her fruit of her loins, quite literally. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be very slasher vibes, which I really like. I don't want it to be ghost. I don't want to rely on paranormal. I just want somebody who's crazy going out here and just offing people. That is what I want to see. And so this one is also a very short read as well. 91 page. No, I'm sorry. This one is 88 pages. So very short read. Gonna be able to knock it out on this here summerween. That's exciting. I did not expect that. I actually just put it in my cart because somebody suggested it to me. I said I wanted more extreme horror. I think here on YouTube, and somebody recommended it to me, so it immediately went in my wish list. And Sarah was kind enough to purchase it for me. She actually got me both of these, so super appreciative of her. But I think that's funny. I did not know what it was about. This is why I go into books blind, because it just be taking me to a place that I didn't know I wanted to be. You know what I mean? Books are amazing. And then the next one is The Last Guest by J.P. Premier. I actually got this one from the Dollar Tree. So if you've seen one of those hauls, I did show this book. I don't think I talked about what it was about. So this one is about a couple who have a house on a lake that they don't get to attend very often. So they decide to list it up for rental so they can have the extra income, but they're hiding secrets. And so they didn't actually think that people would want to rent the house that quick, but they quickly start getting guests who want to stay at their lake house rental. The only thing is that now they're concerned about whether these secrets are going to come out or not. And now they're questioning if having guests into their home where they're hiding said secrets was a smart idea. So I'm excited about this one because why would you do that? It kind of reminds me, obviously not the same thing, and I haven't read that book, but it reminds me of we used to live here. Like, why would you let some random strangers into your home? You know what I mean? Couldn't do it. Couldn't be me. But I get wanting to have extra income. That I understand. Just not in the house in which you are hiding said secrets. But I'll let y'all know how this is. Again, I haven't heard anything about this one either. So if you've read this one, let me know how you liked it or how you didn't like it. We can always have a discussion. So I'm excited. And then the last one I want to read is really a cop out because it is neither a thriller nor a horror. And I wouldn't say it's a cop out. I'm using it as it scares me. It's a book that's going to scare me, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. And that is The Women by Kristen Hanna. This one is a very chunky book. And it's also about, I don't remember, World War II or World War, I don't remember. Or is it just the Vietnam War? Sorry, I'm lying. It's about the Vietnam War, which scares me. I've read one book by Jodi Picoult, and it was about the Holocaust. Anything that has to do with history where multiple people are dying quickly, like that's gonna sound it's gonna sound really rude. It tends to be very boring to me. I'm so I don't mean it like that. It's just history is not my preferred. Like it was never a subject that I entertained in school or liked. I mean, obviously I entertained it. I had to do history and I got, you know, good grades in it, but I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it. And so yeah, that was the only book by Lisa Jewell. That was the only book by Jodi Picoult where I felt it dragged. It was good. It was so good, but it felt like it dragged for me only because it's not something that I would like jump to or gravitate towards. That's the word. There's the word. Words are important. So this one, I feel like it will be good, but it scares me because it is a big chunky book about war. And I'm like, I think we're following two women. Are they two sisters? I'm not sure. Or I'm not sure. I think it's following the women whilst the war is going on. So the wives, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I didn't read the synopsis. I'm also scared because of the hype. I've never read a Kristen Hanna book, and I'm scared that I may not like it. Maybe too many people hyped it up, and she may not be an author for me, which is okay. She doesn't have to be. But I'm putting it on my summerween because I feel like it's the only book in my TBR that scares me to read. Even though I just got it, I didn't get it that long ago, actually. I got it maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when I was in Atlanta. So it's still going to be on here. Still going to be on here. So I'll let you know how I feel about it. Because this one is stronger. This is definitely the biggest book on my Summerween list. Yeah, over 400 something pages. So we will see. But yeah, those are all the books that I'm going to read in Summerween. Um, I will talk about this one book because it's right here. I've already read it, but because I've read it already, we are in Summerween, so I technically read it in Summerween. I'll talk about it. Good Intentions by Marissa Walls. I made a short about it, but it is about a woman who lost her twin sister, and she is devastated, obviously. But she had this weird relationship with her sister. And I call it weird because everybody else in the book calls it weird. She was extremely close to her twin, which, to my understanding, I'm not a twin, but to my understanding, twins tend to be close. I am extremely close to my two sisters. We are not twins, but I could not imagine us closer. So if we were twins, I would get why people would have a closer relationship, but people thought it was weird. And so she had a very close relationship with her twin. And so that's something she's not able to like just recover from immediately. And so she starts kind of spiraling, but she seems to be dealing with very obsessive behavior. And so she starts obsessing over things. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. I was immediately like captured by this book. Like it was just immediate. Like it had my attention, and my attention was kept the whole time. It is a big chunky book. As it feels big. It's not that big. It's 300 something pages. But it was good. I really enjoyed it. I liked the exploration of grief as well as the complexities of relationships whether that be between siblings or husbands and wives or friends, and how much is too much and how far is too far. And just because you have good intentions, is it okay to do the things that you were doing? I really enjoyed it and I definitely would recommend it. So, yeah, let me know what you are currently reading or what books you have in store for summerine if you are participating at all. Um, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy reading. Bye.